Alright, welcome back to Brotato. So, the game has 4 new characters. We've already done the Technomage, the Vagabond and the Baby. And now it is the Vampire's turn. We gain some bonuses as we miss life, but max HP modifications are also reduced. We also get less damage and can't heal, otherwise, well, we can only heal through lifesteal. Let's see which weapon we start out with. The medical gun. Okay, interesting, interesting. Doesn't deal all that much damage, but I suppose it kind of fits. Now, I have mentioned Keanu Reeves before while playing Brotato, and since we are playing the vampire, I guess we can mention Keanu again, since he appeared in the 90s in Bram Stoker's Dracula. And his performance was utterly atrocious. Even worse than in Speed, which I mentioned before. Had a horrible accent in Dracula that is like one of the worst performances out of a big name actor I've ever seen. He was very young though, and it might not be his fault entirely. At least some of the fault does lie with him. But yeah, that film is definitely like a mixed bag. But yeah, we should take something here. Let's take either harvesting or luck. Let's take harvesting first. And let's take a shotgun and lock down the butterfly. And do I want a scared sausage? I think not. I think not. Also don't want any of this crap. Or this. Well, actually the mutation could work out for us. Alright, let's go for wave 2. So yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I think that's a film worth watching, definitely. Mostly for Gary Oldman's performance and some of the effects and like the direction and the costumes and stuff like that. Winona Ryder is also in the film and delivers kind of a Keanu Reeves-esque performance, but not quite as bad, and also she is prettier to look at than Keanu is. Then again, I am biased. Let's take some lifesteal here, and yeah, okay, these are nice weapons. So let's take the shredder, let's lock down the shotgun, and let's take the mutation. Go for wave 3. So yeah, I've seen that film a bunch of times, so it is doing something right. I mean, it has violence and nudity. Something that most growing men like to watch. At least a little bit. Also vampires. Well, one vampire. Well, actually, are there more? Yeah, there are more, technically speaking, but obviously Gary Oldman's Dracula is the main attraction, so to speak. Well, there are plenty of bosoms also in that film, so maybe I shouldn't say main attraction, but is the main reason that film works, kind of. I think I will take range damage here. And let's take the shotgun, let's lock down the laser gun. Snail, I think so, yes, let's lock... Well, actually no, maybe not. Maybe we want weapons first. Let's skip the snail. So yeah, I think Dracula only works if you're really in the mood for it, but if you are, then it does work quite well, as long as you can tolerate Keanu Reeves' performance. Anthony Hopkins is also in the film and delivers a very hammy performance, but obviously being Anthony Hopkins, he gets away with it, unlike some of the other characters. Okay, let's take more range damage. We are currently, well, I wouldn't say a glass cannon, but We're basically made of glass, I should say, as the vampire. Okay, let's take a head injury. That will help a little bit. We only have 7 hit points, so the stake need not penetrate all the way through for us to be defeated. And I think I've said enough about Dracula. Interview with the Vampire is another vampire film from the 90s. I think it works about as well. It's slightly different and also has a bad performance from a otherwise pretty good actor. Well, Keanu I wouldn't call good, but Brad Pitt is usually good, but not in Interview with the Vampire, I don't think. Tom Cruise in that film is far better, even excellent at times. Okay, let's take the crit chance, whatever. Let's also take the coffee, let's take another shotgun. And let's take some laser guns. I will skip the blood leech since it doesn't benefit us fully. Let's go for wave 6 with 8 hit points. Speaking of vampire films, the Blade films are pretty good for what they are. Obviously not something to take completely seriously, but as like B action films, they work just fine. I think the effects have aged kind of horribly, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I guess it's to be expected. Then again, Dracula has aged far better in terms of the effects. That's the problem with CGI effects. It ages immediately, basically. Okay, let's take the dodge here. The jelly, okay, fine. It's only +2, but that's still okay. Let's take some more range damage. Let's combine the shotguns. And let's take the laser gun. Go for wave 7. I'm not like a vampire film aficionado. I've seen most of the so-called good ones, I guess. I haven't seen Nosferatu, which is a film usually mentioned, I think, in discussions like this. And maybe I should change that. It's a film from, I think, the 20s, maybe the 30s. Which obviously means not many people have seen it these days. They also made like a, not really a remake, but like films, I think about the filming of the film Nosferatu, like about 10, maybe slightly more years ago. Also haven't seen that one. Okay, I'll take the luck here instead of the range. And let's take +8% damage, I guess. We only have 11 hit points, so we are going to die very easily. If and when we get hit. But let's try not to get hit, I suppose. Seems like a pretty challenging character. Definitely tougher than the Techno Mage and the Vagabond. We're doing fine currently, but I don't know how many hits we can take from the big ones. Maybe not even one. Definitely need help in terms of survivability. So if a vampire hunter came along, they wouldn't even need to penetrate the stake all the way through. All the way through to the heart. Engineering. Okay, I guess it's allowed to take engineering, perhaps. So let's take the book there. Speed or dodge? Both are pretty good. I'll take the speed for now. We're getting a horde on wave 11. Not sure we will even make it that far with 12 hit points and 0 armor, but I don't know. I'll do my half-assed best. So the question now is, do I take the bowler hat? I think I will. We need to risk it for the biscuit here. Let's also take more speed from the Terrified Onion. Let's lock down the mutation and let's go for wave 9. Good thing we have plenty of AoE to deal with this, hopefully at least. I mean, it's entirely possible that we just die here, but there's also a good chance that we don't. Need to focus. At least we can manually dodge semi-well. Oh, why did I say that? I just jinxed myself. Oh well. Well, let's try it again. Crossbow. Okay, well that's going to make things even more difficult. I think it's a very bad weapon to start out with. But I don't know. Maybe we can find something in the store. And I didn't mention, speaking still of vampire films, I didn't mention Lost Boys from the 80s. I've only seen that once and it was kind of, I don't know, not bad, but I don't think it kind of merits the overall positive reception or reviews that I think it has. I think it's kind of a cult film. Let's take +1 range damage there. Let's take the coupon and another crossbow. Let's lock down the propeller hat and reroll for nothing. Let's reroll again. I'll reroll once more. We want to lock down some range weaponry, which we don't find. Okay. Well, maybe after this wave is done, we will. So, have I seen other vampire films that warrant mentioning? Should have like made a list before I started this run. Right, I'll take luck here. We really need more weapons, so I guess we could go with these for now. Okay, fine. Let's go hybrid. See what happens. Don't usually do this, but who knows, it might work out. It's not like I'm an expert in Brotato or vampire films or anything else really, but here we are, making the best of, well, never mind. Shouldn't have said anything. Okay, let's go again. Lightning shift, okay. Let's see what happens with the lightning shift. So, like last time, got myself killed by speaking too soon. That's just how it goes sometimes. Well, this time I was actually not really complimenting myself or the way it's going. Okay, let's reroll this. Let's take harvesting. Okay, don't want the lost duck since we're dealing elemental. Then again, the hatchet is not elemental. Let's take the hatchet here. No, I think we rather want some weapons instead of the lost duck here. Let's take another weapon. Let's lock down these 2 items and let's go for wave 2. So, can't really think of more vampire films off the top of the hat. Or off the top of my head, however that expression goes. Alright, let's take more harvesting. And all of that. Let's lock down these two. Don't think this run is going to be successful either. But let's keep going. For now. Getting the weapon class bonuses definitely helps for this character. Can I get the 3? No. Okay. Alright, let's reroll this. Let's take +1 armor and let's take +30 range. Take that, take that, take that. And let's go. So nothing against Keanu Reeves, but I think oftentimes he is basically like the worst part of the films that he appears in. Or very nearly so. He works well enough in The Matrix and I guess John Wick, though I don't really have much appreciation for the John Wick films. But I think his performance isn't the reason that those don't work for me. Let's take armor here. And do I want a plank? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, fine. Let's take it. I'll skip the lure since we only gain the loot aliens that we probably can't even kill from it. Let's take a beanie. This will be... that's minus melee damage, but I think we'll take it when we can, that is. So I did see one film where Keanu delivered like an okay or even good performance, but I can't remember what that was called. The film itself was quite bad, I think. It was something like some art students and he was like a teacher or something. Made in the last, I don't know, 10 years or so. I remember there's a scene where they go to a museum and I don't know, there's like an art exhibit that just like showers people or something like that. I don't really remember the details. But basically that film was, well, hot garbage in my opinion. But Keanu Reeves was not the reason this time. So kudos to him. I really shouldn't bash him too much though. It's not like he's a bad person or anything. And he is very successful and from all accounts, well, a stand-up dude. And it's not necessarily his fault entirely if he delivers a bad performance in a film. Part of the blame goes to the director and the whoever casted him, or cast him rather. Do I want a spear? Maybe I do. Let's get rid of the taser here. Injection. I'd like to keep our hit points, so maybe not. Then again, I don't know. Maybe we should. Also, having more primitive weapons would help. Fine. Fine. Can't take the spear unless I recycle something. Let's take the jelly. Lightning shift. Yeah, too many weapon types. Guess I could recycle the plank next wave, maybe. Let's lock down the spear. Okay, the game is starting to get difficult, so I need to focus. Alright, there we are. 10 harvesting. Am I that greedy? I think not. Let's take melee damage instead, and let's also take attack speed. Wrench is here. We don't have any engineering though. Another plank is here. Stats gained 0 from the ghost axe. Okay, I'll get rid of that. Let's try to work with real weapons. And I think I will skip the plank too. I will recycle the existing plank once we find something good. Ritual is decent. Clottery is good. Let's take both. I will skip the stick. Wave 7, 14 hit points. Ouch. Alright, wave 7 nearly complete. Maybe I shouldn't speak and jinx it. But there we go. Good. Let's take armor. And let's take the boiling water, since we are still doing some elemental things. Another hatchet. A blindfold. Sure. And I guess we'll take the bait. Definitely don't want the weird food. It's just too weird for my tastes. Can I dodge this? Can I dodge this? Jesus Christ. The power of Christ compels you. Guess I could speak more broadly about horror films. Not that I'm... well, not an expert, like I said earlier. Oh dear, maybe I shouldn't speak about anything, as I'm struggling to stay alive. Speaking and staying alive, maybe not something I'm capable of. Need to send myself back to the factory. Something wrong with me. Alright, let's see. Missile. Sure, let's take it. Triceps. Okay, let's get our percentage damage up there. The bag. Sure. Alien magic is probably not worth it. Fertilizer. Sure. Even though it does come with the downside. There we are. Let's take the charcoal. That works very well for us. Let's lock down the other one. Tentacle. I mean, it's not all that meaningful necessarily. It is semi-cheap. I think the tardigrade is actually excellent for this character. We're getting an elite on wave 12 that will semi-likely kill us. So let's lock down the tardigrade, maybe that will help. So yeah, even though I'm not like the biggest fan of horror films, there are some excellent ones that work very well despite, well, I shouldn't say despite, I should say maybe in addition to being great horror films, they're just great films all together. So The Exorcist, The Thing, The Fly, Romero's zombie films, well, most of them. Stuff like that. And Aliens, just excellent films. An American Werewolf in London works very well as a comedy as well, like a very dark comedy. Has some great filmmaking, great direction. Let's take max HP, even though it is only 50% of it. Let's also take plus 9% speed. Let's take range. Celerity. Is this going to be worth it? Maybe. It's a risk. Whatever. Let's risk it. Let us risk it. Okay, so lots of options here. Cute Monkey is actually a way to heal. Lightning Shift. Mouse. So the mouse is definitely risky. So I think perhaps not this time. Usually I do take this item. But let's take the Hedgehog and the Cute Monkey here and lock down the Lightning Shift. And let's go for wave 10. Can I think of other good horror films that work as just, well, not just, but work for people who don't generally like horror? Well, at least for most people. Well, maybe not even most people, but let's say film fans that don't like horror. Can I think of them? I think I mentioned like the best ones. Gremlins is one that kind of fits the bill, but then again it's kind of a kids film as well. So not really as good as the others, but worth mentioning, I suppose. Gremlins 2 also not as good as Gremlins 1, but works. Kind of a crazy sequel. Wave 10 complete. Let's take more armor. Cake. No, whatever, let's take it. Metal. Okay, let's take that. One more wave before the elite. Let's take the lightning shift here. Shift's relic has been changed. It now grants +3 armor as well. I think, yes, we want that. It is going to cost us, but. Let's go for wave 11. We will have the materials for it. Well, at least if I don't manage to die here. So, I did mention a lot of good horror films, and I can't think of more of... Well, Shaun of the Dead is a good one. It's not as good as Dawn of the Dead, well, the original Dawn of the Dead, obviously, but it is quite good. Very good comedy as well. Some would consider it a modern classic. Maybe I don't go that far, but I have seen it a bunch of times. Own it on DVD as well. Alright, we are doing like relatively fine. But the thing is, now we will meet the elite. I don't think we can risk trying to kill it. With that in mind, let's take more speed so we can bravely run away. As you do. And let's take crit chance or attack speed. I'll take the crit chance since it's the bigger upgrade. Snail is probably good. Let's take that and Sif's relic. Up to 12 armor and 25 hit points, which means we can actually take a punch. Okay, another lightning shift. Sure. And let's also upgrade the plank since we have kept it around. Let's lock down the propeller hat and see if we are able to survive. Wave 12. Maybe this guy we could actually kill. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, that was bad. Good thing that I took the tardigrade. Okay, now I'm going to just bravely run away. This is not going to work out for us. Or not with my skills. What little skills I possess just don't... Well, they aren't enough for this, I don't think. So let's try to BG it up and stay alive. And we did so, which is, well, obviously good, but yeah, it does, like, perhaps indicate that we might be successful with this run. Let's combine the spears and take the circular saw, I think, instead of the hatchet. Yeah, I think so. Let's take the propeller hat and... baby elephant. We don't have much luck, so maybe not. Maybe not this time. Okay, duct tape. That's one armor. Toxic sludge. Okay, I will take that. Butterfly. Nah. Not when it comes with the minus elemental damage, and it also is quite costly. I think I'll skip all of that. Let's reroll. Crown. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's maybe a bit too late for it. Then again, I haven't really done any research on the crown, so I don't know. There probably is like a relatively simple way of calculating whether or not it is worth it, but my gut says that in this situation it is not. Okay. Getting pushed in a corner means we might be dying here. Let's keep moving. Ouch. Well, at least we can regain our health pretty quickly after losing what little of it there are, or is, whichever. Alright, let's take plus 45 range. That's going to work out pretty well. Let's take the metal plate. Let's take the goat skull. Yeah. Do I want the flaming brass knuckles? Probably not. I think we have... Well, I don't know. Let's take a quick look here. Maybe the circular saw is actually... Or the plank. Both of them seem to be performing quite badly. The plank did quite horribly, actually. 1600 damage. While the lightning shift dealt over 10,000. I don't know if the flaming brass knuckles is going to be much better, though. It is only a tier 2 weapon anyway. Let's reroll instead. Okay, bloody hand. Bloody hand. That could actually be very good for us. Yeah, I think that works out for us. The wheat and the alloy also very nice. So we need to make a decision here. We are getting the horde now. What do I need the most here? What will grant victory? I think the bloody hand might be the best shot we have at defeating wave 14. Let's see if it works out. Oh, once again I forgot about the tardigrade. Oh well. Overall, I think it's still a pretty good pick up. But let's Let's see if that's actually true or not. More life steal is obviously good, and actually going down with our hit points in a relatively mild manner is very nice for this character. Right, it's going... It's definitely going. Don't know if it's going well. I mean, we're still alive, but... Okay, shouldn't speak. I've learned my lesson. Don't speak when the risk exists. Let's take max HP there. And let's take both the alloy and the wheat. And also the bat, I think. But let's ignore the ghost axe, I think. I think the ghost axe's time has passed. Alright, wave 15. Damage is definitely good enough for this stage. But I do need to focus on the game once again. This character really is like a glass cannon. Well, if you're able to survive long enough to call yourself a cannon, perhaps. Which we have by now. I don't think we want to even try to kill the bosses. Just want to run away. If we can even get that far, which we might not. Okay, made it. Made it through that wave. Let's either take the max HP or reroll this. Don't think the elemental damage is going to be that useful. Armor and dodge would be very nice. I'll take the max HP. Let's not risk the reroll. Candle. So I basically never take this, but for this character maybe. We don't benefit from the HP region though. I don't know, not really, doesn't seem worth all that. All of those materials. Ugly tooth, sure. Circular saw, sure. Fertilizer, nah, not at this point. Don't think so. How did the plank do this time? Horribly. Okay. So I will just take the lightning shift here, get rid of the plank. Tentacle, now I will take it. Sure, let's go for wave 16. Alright. Seems we are making short work of these foolish aliens. Which bodes well for us. Now that we do take... Now when we do take damage, we don't actually need to be that worried about it. Since we have a good amount of armor and a decent amount of hit points. That was pretty close though. Okay, let's take more attack speed. Let's take the coupon. Cyclops worm. Okay, sure. Reroll. Campfire. Nah. Let's take the baby gecko and... I think we are fine with the weapons currently. Don't want to spear too. Not when we need to recycle something, so let's just go. Okay, this guy. This guy is possibly the most annoying elite there is. I will just run away. Just want to win with the character. No need to risk it needlessly. Not sure I'm fast enough though. I mean, maybe I should have tried killing it because it seems that... God damn it. It seems that maybe our damage would be sufficient. Now we are in a corner. Just barely alive. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Don't know how we made it, but we did. Okay, let's take the attack speed here. I don't know, maybe this character like could be extremely tanky if I just allow it to happen. Don't know. For every 5% of missing health we gain 1 armor. Maybe we could have like face tanked that, but don't know. And I'm not going to risk that. Not going to try that out here. Let's take the blindfold. Do I care about sunglasses or crit chance? Not sure. Cyclops worm. Not sure if it's worth all of those materials anymore. Is it? Maybe. Okay, fine. Let's take it. And let's reroll. Take the letter west here. Lucky coin. I think we'll skip that. Obviously can't afford it yet. The alloy and the wheat are back. It might be too late for the wheat to provide anything useful. For the most part. What about the alloy? I think we can skip that one as well. Let's just go for wave 18. So yeah, I need to try this character out on my own time and see how well it can tank once it reaches a similar level of survivability as we have. My current theory is that it might be able to tank for a little bit, but not indefinitely. I mean, obviously that would be OP. But what I'm trying to say is that the bonuses that you get from missing health probably aren't enough to keep you alive. If you're like getting absolutely surrounded and plastered or blasted or whatever. Okay, let's take speed here. And let's also take some more life steal. And re-roll. And take that. Take the charcoal. Re-roll. Okay, just go for wave 19. 2 more waves to go. Not sure we'll make it, but we have made it this far, so there is definitely a chance. Just how good of a chance, that remains to be seen. Need to get out of here as well before we can even contemplate if we are able to survive the bosses more or not. Well, I guess that's not strictly speaking true, but need to deal with this wave before it's relevant. And we did. take more lifesteal. Mastery. Sure. Okay. Fin, that's excellent. Lightning shift, that's okay, and let's go. I won't even try killing these guys. I don't... No, maybe I should. Maybe I should, like... see if our damage is any good. Oh, never mind. Let's run away. Let's bravely run away. Okay, that was bad. Still alive though. Okay, nearly there. Nearly there. Okay. Alright. So... finally. Successful run with the character. And we unlocked the decomposing flesh. Plus 1% lifesteal when you level up. Minus 1 max HP when you level up. Okay. Interesting. Not sure if that's good or not. But it is a thing. Okay, let's take a look at the weapons. Alright, the Lightning Shift 4 dealt over 20,000. The Hatchet 3 dealt only, well, less than 3,000. That's kind of sad. Even the Circular Saw dealt more, so not sure why. Why was this so bad? Maybe it's just a bad weapon. Oh well. Let's take a look at the items here. 105 hit points gained from the tentacle. 250 from the cute monkeys. Okay, 55% XP gain from the celery tea. 60 materials from the bag, so barely worth it. Would have been better with more luck. Saved over 300 materials from the coupons. And that's it. Alright, so a semi-difficult character. I think the baby for me personally was more difficult, but the vampire definitely isn't too easy. But there we go, we were successful after a couple of failures. So that is it for the vampire and my horror film talk. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.